proposal at the Georgia legislature to shut down school zone speed cameras moved a step closer to a House vote today. The cameras set up near schools clock vehicle speeds, photograph license plates, and send tickets in the mail.
But the bill to ban them, being pushed by a Macon lawmaker, still has many more steps to go before becoming law. Investigations by the Fox 5i team last year found the automated cameras writing bogus tickets to thousands of Metro Atlantans, resulting in more than $500,000 in refunds. I-team reporter Johnny Edwards was at the Capitol today for the bill's first hearing. Apparently, they got some thumbs up around there.
Well, Russ and Courtney, State Representative Dale Washburn gave a strong speech against the cameras that got his bill through the Motor Vehicles Committee. But he's up against a competing bill in the Senate, city governments that want the cameras, and heavy lobbying by camera companies.
When we see the deceit and trickery that's involved in this, the design is not for children's safety. The design is to write tickets and rake in revenue. There's no question about that.
A Macon lawmaker's bid to terminate automated school zone speed cameras cleared its first hurdle Tuesday, with members of the House Motor Vehicles Committee voting to approve, moving the bill along to the Rules Committee.
I had a neighbor who got a ticket on Sunday. And I'm trying to figure out what school was in on Sunday, and this was Sunday school.
Representative Dale Washburn's House Bill 225 would overturn the law passed in 2018 that let these cameras in. Since then, the cameras have popped up on roadways near schools all over the state. First violations can cost $75 to $100, and subsequent citations $125 to $150.
I got one of those tickets, and I can afford to pay the $100. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of little Waffle House waitresses and cleaning folks and construction workers and school teachers and folks who don't make a lot of money, who it's a big deal for them to get a $100 fine. And it might be taking groceries off the table they need that money for to feed their children.
Last year, investigations by the Fox 5i team proved that the systems can be error-prone, with misalignments between camera timers and flashing school zone lights misleading drivers into exceeding the speed limit. Mass refunds went out from Jonesboro, Riverdale, and Atlanta.
One of the reasons I am pushing so hard for a ban to end these camera systems in Georgia is, if we do not do it, you will see this continue to grow.
But not everyone wants to see the cameras go. Some representatives of city governments and the camera companies told the committee today the answer isn't to dismantle the systems, but to reform them. And some say the answer may lie with a competing bill introduced on the Senate side by Senator Max Burns of Sylvania. Burns introduced Senate Bill 75, a reform measure restricting ticketing to 2-hour periods on mornings and afternoons. Currently, the cameras can ticket throughout the school day.
I think we would support a revised bill, one that takes into account the program that we have today, allows the enforcement to go out throughout the school day, but also requires better signage, a speed feedback sign.
Those feedback signs, he said, would tell drivers how fast they're going before they enter a school zone.
Well, a lot of folks don't realize is that when the speed limits are reduced in the morning and afternoon, school districts do not have to have blinking lights. We believe that should be part of the program.
He's not the only one urging lawmakers not to go with Washburn's total ban.
If that tool is taken away, we don't have near enough officers to be able to cover all of our school zones.
What happens when a family whose student has been injured or killed by a speeding driver? What happens when they come to the Capitol and ask for answers if this bill is successful?
Records show camera companies, though, are using more than just words in their fight. According to campaign finance records, since 2023, Blue Line Solutions, Red Speed, and American Traffic Solutions donated a combined $215,000 to the Georgia House Republican Trust, a political action committee.
It's going to be a heavy lift. And I'll just say this, just follow the money.
By clearing the Motor Vehicles Committee today, Washburn's bill has now gone just as far as an identical bill did last year before it stalled in the Rules Committee. But as we reported earlier this month, House Bill 225 has more than 100 co-signers, which is plenty enough to pass in the House. Russ?
Yep, those camera companies have a lot at stake, too. We'll see what happens. Johnny, thanks.